Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. My name is Darci and I'm a registered veterinary technician with the Ontario SPCA. I have Dougie with me today and we're going to demonstrate how to trim your pet's nails. So to start, we're going to be using a scissor type nail clipper today. There are many different types of clippers available, but this is one that we find is really safe to use. So you'll notice Dougie's up on a table for us to trim his nails today. He's a medium breed dog who's very well behaved for his nail trim, so that's okay. If you happen to have a large breed dog or a dog that's maybe a little bit more nervous, you can definitely do the nail trim on the floor. Small breed dogs and cats, it might be a little easier for you to put them on a table. I would suggest having something non-slip or a towel to make it a little more comfortable and so they're not slipping and sliding all over the table. And you can see before we get started, our assistant here, Liz, is giving him some yummy treats because we want this to be a really positive experience for Dougie and we don't want him to be scared and just enjoy the experience as much as possible because a lot of dogs can be really nervous when they're getting their nails trimmed. So Dougie, luckily for us, has white nails, so we can actually see the blood supply in the nail, which is commonly referred to as the quick. You would trim a dog's nails that are a little darker the same way. You just won't be able to see the quick as well, so you just want to trim a little bit at a time until you start to see what looks like a wet dot inside the nail, and that's when you'll stop trimming because you're getting close to the blood supply. So while she's feeding him the treats, we're gonna just pick up his paw, and I've been touching him and petting him this whole time, so he's used to me touching him. And you can hold his paw different ways. You can hold it straight out in front as long as you're sure he's being distracted or restrained properly. You can also just kind of bring it behind, whatever's easiest for you. So when you're going to be trimming the nails, make sure that you trim the nail in the direction of the growth of the nail. What that means is just look at the nail itself, watch which way it's growing and trim on that angle. You don't want to trim it on a different angle because you're more likely to hit the quick that way. So we're just going to take the nail clipper and clip the tip of it off. And we can see, luckily, because he has white nails, that we're right near the quick, so that nail's complete. If the nail's a little bit longer and you don't get it close enough to the quick on the first try, just trim a little bit more. It's better to do a lot of little clips than one big one and potentially go too short and cause the nail to bleed. Don't forget about the dewclaw, which is kind of like the thumbnail on the front legs. Sometimes dogs do have dewclaws on their hind limbs, so always check there, but not all dogs do. You're being a good boy. The dewclaw is especially important because the dogs don't walk on them, so there's not that added pressure of wearing the nails down naturally, so really make sure when you're trimming the dewclaw to get it nice and short. When you're trimming your dog's nails, if you happen to trim the nail a little bit too short, don't panic, that's okay. If you notice a little bit of blood, you can use something called styptic powder. It's usually the brand name is Quick Stop, and basically you just take a small amount of the powder on the tip of your finger and apply it to the nail and it will stop the bleeding. So Dougie's nails are all trimmed and he's ready to go. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you found this video informative and that you feel confident in trimming your pet's nails.